You know, my friends, I was, how can I put this? I was fairly sure. No. It's stronger than that. Stronger than that. I was absolutely convinced. No. Whoa. It was stronger than that, my friends. I was absolutely confident to the point of confidentation. Even I'm thinking, I don't even know if that's a word. I don't know where I get this rubbish from. Confidentation. And you're going to say, Leggy, calm down and tell us what you were so sure about. I was so sure. Breaking his teeth in for a camel. Right, okay. I was so sure, my friends, that this fragrance made by the mighty Afnan, TURATHI, desperately trying to focus this one. Cut me some slack, I'm no good with IT. Look at that, TURATHI Electric. I was so sure that this, my friends, was going to be summer 2025 in a bottle. I was sure this was going to make my summer. And I'm not going to say that it hasn't, it's just that I have come across maybe a few other fragrances that I may have acquired, that I prefer to this one. Now, first of all, okay, come here, my friends, come here, come. Welcome to this crazy channel. This channel is all about, guess what? Fragrances. But I'm not selling you anything. This channel is not monetized, I'm not sponsored. It's just me, John Legg. I'm a regular random guy. It's just that I do have a rather large fragrance collection, and my aim, my friends, is to share that collection with you for the sole purpose of inspiring you to spray a good fragrance continually, day after day. So going back to this fragrance, now don't tell me you haven't done this. You know, when you go onto a website that sells fragrances, and I'm going to say that this was actually Notino's. Now Notino's, to be fair, here in the UK we can get onto Notino's and it's an absolutely fantastic place to buy fragrances. Get them on their offers and the prices are decent. The selection is amazing, but this is the slippery slope, my friends. This is where I slipped, okay? I went onto their website and it's all nicely presented, very professional, and they have different sections, and it's like, you know, popular trending things, fragrances, makeup, you know, body care and all that sort of stuff. And then they have this section, and this, my friends, is the slippery slope. It says what's new. Oh, and tell me that you have not slipped on this slippery slope. And a few months ago I went onto Notino's, scrolled down to the what's new, and this came up, and it kind of catches your eye. You know, I'm not all about the packaging and all that sort of rubbish, but literally this bottle, which has got like a shimmeringy sort of finish, and I went, oh, Afnan. I'm a big fan of Afnan, and of course the next thing I know, my little clicky finger had clicked on the what's new thing, and I went into it, and when I read the notes I thought, man, this needs to be purchased, Leggy, and this is going to be your summer fragrance. Okay, it was, if I remember rightly, I've had it a few months now. You're going to say, Leggy, have you hammered it? Yes, this is a last dribbles review. I think price-wise, it's the 100ml, it's the Eau de Parfum, and I think it was 30, oh, I'm trying to remember now, I think it might have been about £34. Okay, so it was not like a silly money price, and it wasn't a total budget price, and it sort of caught me. And when I read the list of ingredients, and we'll talk about that in a minute, I thought, man, that just screams summer, but maybe not in a totally summer fragrance kind of way. So it intrigued me enough to buy it, and yes, I slipped on the slippery slope and I clicked buy it now, and I've had it for a few months. Okay, now if you're bothered about the actual bottle and all the packaging, it feels heavy, it feels nice, the spray is great, and don't drop this on your foot because you will not you will not weak for a few weeks. You will not walk for a while anyway, it will hurt. Let me spray it, my friends, and let me try and tell you what Afnan TURATHI Electric is all about. Remember, one way, then the other. Professional. Okay. As ask me a question. Come on. Is it a summer fragrance? Yes, it is. It's an absolutely gorgeous summer fragrance. But let me tell you, my friends, it doesn't follow the traditional summer fragrance kind of route. Normally, a summer fragrance is all about blistering citrus. And this does have a citrus element to it, but the citrus is very soon hit by a massive glob of ginger. Okay, now let me tell you, when I first smelt it, what stood out for me is a gorgeous, juicy pear note. And initially, all I smelt for the first sort of maybe 15-20 seconds was pear. And if you'd have watched my face, you'd have seen me go, oh, okay. Because the pear in this TURATHI Electric is just a sort of sweet, almost girly kind of pear note that you would get in, say, a teenage girl sort of fragrance. Okay, I can't think of one at the moment, but you know what I mean, that sort of really girly sort of pear. And my initial thoughts were, oh, this is going a little bit feminine, and I kind of thought it was unisex. It is, but let me tell you, about 20 seconds in or thereabouts, the pear just steps back and up comes a strange combination. And the best way I can describe it is grapefruit and ginger. Now, okay, it sort of almost sets your teeth on edge, because you're just getting into the pear, that sweet, juicy, sort of almost girly kind of pear note, and then suddenly, bang, this ginger and grapefruit come up, and they're both sort of like that. Come on then, let's have a fight. And it is, if you're expecting a nice, smooth, laid back kind of summer fragrance, this isn't. This is constantly, it's a bit like an edgy sort of fragrance. It does never relax. It doesn't really know what relax means. It's not like a lying by the pool or on the beach sort of fragrance. This is constantly sort of, you know, what's going on here? I need to sort it out. Come on, let's have a fight sort of thing. It is not a smooth fragrance, okay? There's some orange in there. There's some vanilla, a little bit of vanilla. There's some musk. It's not a woody fragrance, it is a citrus fragrance, but I say, for me, the weird combination that goes up my nostrils and sort of overrides anything else is the grapefruit and a sort of a gingery sort of note. Now, do not get me wrong, this, my friends, has a real severe energy problem. I say it just doesn't relax. Okay, something like, I'm trying to think, something like Invictus. I mean, that's a real summery kind of fragrance, but it's kind of sexy and laid back in a sort of a summery way. I say this does not relax. And you're going to say to me, Leggy, have you enjoyed it? Right, I've nearly done the 100 ml. I've maybe got about 15 or 20 ml left. I have had so much fun with this fragrance. This really has been an amazing summer fragrance. And you know what? The incredible thing is the big yellow thing in the sky. We here in the UK have seen an awful lot of it. We had a fantastic spring. We've had an awesome summer. Yeah, okay, we've had a couple of patches where it's gone a little bit cool, a little bit wet. But mostly here in the UK, we're all going, this is incredible, man. You know, I'm sure the government are going to start charging us for this because it's been really amazing weather this year. And this, my friends, 100% is a summer fragrance. Yes, you can wear it in the winter and it will probably brighten up a winter's day. But this, do not expect a nice, smooth, creamy, sort of laid back, sort of easy summer sort of fragrance. This, I say, it's not a relaxing fragrance. It's kind of almost bitty, it's sort of punchy, it's raw, it's edgy. And the ginger and the grapefruit just constantly sort of keep punching you. and although there's a gorgeous pear and there's some apple and there's some orange and there's some musk and whatever, they don't really ever get to do what they would normally in another fragrance, because the combo of the ginger and the sort of grapefruit are just in the middle of this and all over this one, and they're just constantly punching you. Okay, so bear that in mind, and then we're going to talk about the performance, because whilst the smell is an amazing, it's kind of, right, it's a summer fragrance with a twist, okay? It's kind of different. I don't have anything else in my collection which sort of is anything like this one, and I guess it's supposed to be a clone. Normally Afnan do a clone, maybe not an exact one-on-one clone. It's fully inspired by something. It's not inspired by anything I've ever smelt or anything I have in my collection, so I'm just looking at this as a sort of a standalone, as a one-off, and what it's done for me, okay? So whilst the smell is kind of quite unique and somewhat weird, okay, I've learnt to love this one, and I love it because it's kind of different. It's a summer fragrance with a different sort of edge to it. The performance I can only describe as I'm gonna see, if I say it's slightly under average, that might be a little bit harsh. I'm going to say it's probably just average, because don't forget, I'm wearing it in the heat, and generally speaking, I mean, we've had about 4 mini heat waves here in the UK. I know, it's unlike us, but we have. And you're constantly, without realising, you're constantly just sweating. And I don't mean you're dripping with sweat, but your body's constantly putting out sweat onto the skin just to keep you cool. So I'm judging this as a summer fragrance through several heat waves, and I'm going to say that the performance is just okay. Now when you spray it on clothes, it lasts the full day. On skin, yeah, you can smell it all day, but let me tell you, does it project? You know, for the first hour there is a projection. It's not wild, it's not crazy, it's not room filling, it's not, you know, walk into a room and everyone goes whoa, whoa. It's not like that at all. There is a projection for the first hour. I'm going to call it a mild projection. And then after the first hour, and for the next sort of maybe hour, hour and a half, it's a sort of quite a very close scent bubble. So if you're looking for a fragrance which has amazing performance, massive projection, this isn't. If you're looking for something which is a little bit of a twist on a summer fragrance, see, summer fragrances are normally just citrus and maybe a bit of coconut and maybe some sweet woods. And this doesn't particularly follow that sort of cycle or that sort of logic at all. This is really quite different. In fact, I've got to be honest, I've never smelt anything like it, and I've never smelt anyone else wearing anything like this. So it is, for me, this is kind of really a unique kind of fragrance. But maybe it's the performance for me, because you're going to say, Leggy, when you've hammered the bottle, which you ain't far off hammering it now, are you going to replace it? You know, I would not rush out to replace this, because I've had my fun, I've really enjoyed it, I've had loads of opportunities to wear it, and I've had maybe 2 or 3 people give me some amazing compliments. Okay, it's the usual people who compliment me on fragrances. They just said, you smell good, sort of thing, and they then sort of said, you smell very summery. Okay, it is a summery fragrance with a twist. I hope I've given you enough. If you're going to say at the end of all this, Leggy, you didn't really explain it very well, drop me a comment and I'll try and explain it by typing on my keyboard. Alright, okay, I really appreciate you being here. I so enjoy your company. I'm not here to sell you anything, I'm just here to try and inspire you to wear a good fragrance. Okay, now, please come back for the next review, because when I get time, there will be another review, and hopefully we will look at a summer fragrance which has perhaps tickled me a little bit more than this one has. I'm not saying this has not tickled me, it's done really well, but there are better ones, okay, and at similar prices. So come back for the next review. Please stay safe, and please promise me that you will wear a good fragrance every day. And it's really simple procedure. You get a good fragrance, you spray it, haze it onto your clothes, and you'll have, trust me, so much better a day. I'm going to offer you leaving now. Thanks for your company. See you next time. Stay safe and never stop spraying. I've got to go now. Goodbye.